guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kate. I'm a two-time brain cancer survivor, and this is my channel where I take you into my world and my daily life. Today's the day I'm going to be debunking 7 myths and misconceptions about cancer. Now, before we start though, I just want to put a disclaimer out. The 7 ones that I have found are very generalized and can be used in context with all forms of cancer, but I'm not going to be going into specific types of cancers because I've only suffered from one, and I think it would be really disrespectful to those who have suffered from other ones if I'm making things up about their own cancer. So this is just for the broad umbrella questions and myths that people have made up. So let's get into it. Myth number 1, let's get into it. All cancer patients lose their hair. This is not true. This can be true for certain cancers such as leukemia, I'm pretty sure is the main one that people lose their hair when they suffer from that. But even people like myself ended up losing hair, except we didn't lose our full head of hair. As you can see, if you can hopefully see, there's a whole patch of nothingness on this side of my head. And that is from the radiation therapy treatment that I received. And since I received 2 doses of it, the hair in that area became extremely thin, and so now I have a bald patch there because of it. So it's not all cancer treatments, not all cancer patients lose their hair, and it varies from cancer to cancer. So it's not true. Myth number 2, thinking it is an easy fix after getting treatment. That's not true either. It's been, at the time of filming this, I'm actually 5 years cancer free from my second cancer in 2018. And it's not easy. It's not as soon as they do the treatment and as soon as they cut you open to get to the cancer, it's all done and dusted. We don't need to do anything else about it. That is not true. You need to have at least yearly checkups. Currently, I'm on a 6-month checkup plan, but eventually I will go back to a 12-month checkup plan. And even then, like, you might have complications where you have to go into medication, or you need to start seeing people because of the, like, for example, if you had a cancer within your uterus, you'll need to see people about like what you can do if you want to have children and freeze the eggs, or like what the situation is in that area. And so it's not all done and dusted. And then there's also the side effects elements. Even though it's been 5 years since I've had cancer, I have migraines as a side effect from it. I have stomach problems because of the chemotherapy. I had a tablet form of chemotherapy, and so the lining of my stomach, we believe, is slightly damaged, and so I'm more sensitive to certain foods. And it's a constant, every single day you will still have things going on in your life that is a result of the cancer. So it's not an easy fix, and you should never think of it as that, because you never know when the cancer is going to come back, so you need to be vigilant about it all. So yeah, that's not true either. It is not an easy fix. I wish it was. Boy, do I wish it was. Okay. Myth number 3. The cancer's able to spread in the body. This is a partial truth. There is something known as metastasis. I think I'm going to put it here. I probably said it wrong. But there are times where certain cancers get in the bloodstream, which allows it to spread through the body. It can get in your spinal fluid. Like, that's one that I potentially could have dealt with. My specific cancer affects both the brain and the spine, and because there's spinal fluid, there was a fear that the cancer could travel anywhere along my spine to get back up to my head, or to get back like anywhere on my body, and so it can spread. Most of the time cancers are fixed to elements of the body like muscles or bones, but there are moments where it can spread, and so it's a partial truth because it's not always. It truly depends on the cancers, and it's just because cancer is a wide range of chaos and unknownness, and so we really do not know. And so if you do have cancer and you are worried that it might spread, don't be afraid to ask. That's what I did when I found out about the brain and the spinal fluid and all that, and I was like, can it travel? And they were like, potentially. So it's always better to ask and make sure. But yeah, so that's a partial truth. It can travel, but it depends on the cancer. So, question 4, I actually lost the audio from the camera for this one, which is really frustrating, but it was that longer treatment means death, while shorter treatment means life, and this is really not true. Yes, you can have like a longer treatment, but that is normally just because it may reflect on what type of cancer you have. They might need to have a longer treatment to deal with it. Or it could also be because of how you as an individual are taking the treatment. Sometimes there are some really bad side effects, and so they might want to prolong it to make it easier on you as a human being. Another one is that if it is becoming a longer treatment, they might also try to redesign the treatment, which can also, once again, prolong the whole situation. But it's not a short treatment means life, long treatment means death situation. It's very much what type of treatment you need for the particular cancer you have, and how you as an individual take that treatment and how it affects your body. It's very much a person-to-person type of situation. Number 5. I have actually heard this one, I'm not gonna lie. It is, it made me, gosh. Are you contagious? No. Cancer is not a cold. It's not something you can just touch someone or sneeze on them and they will get your cancer. Cancer is a genetic mutation. It's where the cells, for some reason, are not doing what they're meant to do. And so they start doing something wrong, which leads to the cancers. There are cases though where the cancer can be genetically passed down, and that is, I'm going to probably pronounce this wrong, something known as a BRCA gene. I was super duper afraid that I would have that. I didn't know anything about my cancer. I had another family member who I never got to meet, sadly, die of brain cancer as well, and so I have always been nervous. Is this a genetic thing that can be passed down? Thankfully, my cancer is not genetic, but scientists can figure out if your cancer is genetic or not. But if you don't have a genetic connection to someone, say if Amy was here with me, she cannot catch my cancer. She will not suffer from it. It is truly something that's made up of your own cells, your own DNA. So you are not contagious. Basically, that is false. We are not contagious. And if you think that, please go back and study, because it's clearly obvious we're not contagious. Like, come on. Anyway, but yeah, also do ask if you do have cancer, definitely ask a doctor, is this specific cancer genetic? Because that'll be good to know before you have children as well. All right, question number 6, myth number 6. All cancers are the same. That is not true. Each cancer is different. There are different cancers that need different treatment as well. Like the treatment you get for leukemia is completely different from the treatment you get for an anaplastic ependymoma, which is what I had. Every cancer is a different case, very much person by person. And so it's very silly to lump all the cancers together. And if you think you know everything about cancer because you have one cancer, you don't. I know that for a fact. I don't know anything about those that would have ovarian cancer or leukemia or any other cancer. I can't speak for them. And so always think that every cancer is like a different individual human being. They all need to be treated differently, to be removed from the body differently. Each of them have different side effects, even different ways that they are studied and can be treated. It will be completely different from every other one. They are not all the same. So that is not true. They are not the same. They are all completely different. Okay, the final myth and misconception. Now this one is actually a really scary one that I don't understand why people think this can be true. Some cancers aren't as dangerous as others. That is the scariest myth and misconception I found when doing stuff for this, because that is not true. There are cancers that won't be as detrimental to your life as other ones, but all cancers need to be investigated. All cancers need to be studied. And because some of them can be life-threatening. Like the one I had almost killed me. There are so many cancers that can kill you. You should never joke about cancer. You should never be like, oh, it's fine, I've just got skin cancer. No, that is not funny. Skin cancer is one of the ones that can spread to all of your body because your skin is everywhere. It's not safe. You need to at least get it checked to make sure that it is, I want to say dormant is like the best way to put it, because some cancers can be dormant but then will flare up later on in life. And so definitely get them checked out, and even if it is dormant, it would be best to remove it from your body as soon as possible. What I mean by dormant is that there are some cancers that are very slow at growing, and so you may not even know that they're there until it's far too late and they're far too big to remove or to do anything about it. Definitely, if you do have a very slow growing tumor, no matter what stage you're on, you should definitely have it checked out. You should definitely have it removed if possible, because it would be better to have them removed because they are dangerous and they can kill you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational to all of you. Those were my 7 myths and misconceptions about cancers that I have heard far too many times, and I had to look up and be like, how can people think this is reality? Because sometimes they're not. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to let me know, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!